Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to Joylet Coven. My name is Sandy, and this is the Saga series, Volume 4 recap. Thank you for joining. If you don't remember what happened at the end of Saga Volume 3, let me catch you up a little bit. Gwendolyn, who is Marco, okay, Marco and Alana are our two heroes. Gwendolyn is Marco's ex, about to kill Alana. Marco pushes Alana off the roof. Turns out Alana can fly, right? The wings are not just for show. They barely make it out alive of this crazy situation. And Hazel has her first step. So that's the end of Volume 3. Volume 4. Let's get right into it. Um, Princess Robot gives birth to Princeling. Okay. Alana has been moonlighting in this theater company, Open Circuit, which is kind of this like underground like cable channel where they have like wild like stories and soaps and drama. She got the job via Yuma, who's the ex-wife of Dr. Heiss, that writer. Prince 4 is on a planet of sex workers where he can't remember anything and he doesn't even know anything about his newborn son. Alana gets hooked on Fadeaway, a drug, becomes addicted to this drug, and Marco decides to enroll Hazel in a dancing class run by this woman named Jenny. And the first time I saw her in the series, I was like, oh, she's got some like she's gonna steal your man vibes. And then every time she comes on the page, I'm like, no. Okay, Prince Ling, aka Baby Robot, Prince Four's son, is kidnapped by Dango. So Dango is a commoner robot. There's obviously some like classism issues with access to healthcare and issues. And so Dango murders Princess Robot. Alana gets more and more hooked to Fadeaway, and it really starts to affect her work, which is the only way that they're actually financially making it. And Ginny touches Marco's leg. Ah! Like, I have such a hard time rooting for new couples in a show. Like, if I've already invested in the OG couple, like, it takes me really, really long time to finally even consider any other couple. And so I'm always rooting for Marco and Alana. And so every time Ginny's on the page, I'm like, no, don't do it. Okay, so Prince Robot finally realizes that he has a family and that the planet of sex workers has just been like keeping information from him. He murders everyone. Oh, yeah, I forgot to say spoilers. So, spoilers. Okay, so then Prince Robot finally goes back to his father to avenge his wife's death and the kidnapping of his son. Totally get that. King Robot is hella mean. So mean. Marco and Lana get into a fight about the fadeaway, drug addiction, drug use. And Marco throws groceries at Alana. Like it becomes like physical. And she's the only one supporting, working, financially, like keeping the fam alive. And she just like tells him to leave, which I get it. And Dango, who's that commoner robot that murdered Princess Robot and kidnapped Prince Robot 4's son, Princeling, aka Baby Robot, finds Open Circuit to try to get a message out via cable access, which is not really, which is accessible, but like probably not the preferred method. Oh yeah, with the kidnapped princeling. So he kidnapped the princeling to try to bring awareness to the commoner, to everyone about the commoner robots and how his son died of a preventable disease, which I like. These are like real stories. Like this is really happening in a lot of places in the world. Which is why, again, I love this series. Marco has nowhere to go and shows up to Ginny's house, which, don't do it! Don't do it! Marco finds Hazel's toy, ponk, and decides to go back to the tree. Like, he decides, okay, I can't really go through with this thing with Ginny, even though Alana told me to leave. I still have to go back for ponk, konk, and for Hazel. So, yeah. But before we get there, Dango shows up on the tree ship, kidnaps Hazel, and forces the ship to take off without Marco, without ponk, konk. Okay? And Yuma admits to Marco that she ratted his whole family out. Prince Robot finally shows up, a little late. The Brand, aka the Will sister, all freelancers, find Sophie, the young child that was rescued and named after the Brand sister again. And Gwendolyn and Lion Cat are trying to find ingredients for a treatment for the Will. Robot 4 and Marco team up to then try to track down their families. And that's the end of Volume 4 recap. Like, so much happens in this one. Like, Alana, she's just trying to keep her family alive and, like, financially support her family. But then also it's like, that's really tough when you're trying to live, like, secretly and, like, try to go unnoticed, even though it's in this, like, very broadcasty, dramatic way. And, she's the only one that is supporting everyone. And that's a lot of responsibility. Like, that's really hard. And I'm sure for Marco too, like, he's a soldier. He's always been taught this, like, very, like, masculine version of life. And to then have to, like, be supported by Lana, can't leave the house, like, can't draw attention. And that's got to be really hard too. And, in those moments where you're in a fight with someone and you say the wrong thing, or, like, you say something and it comes out and you're just like, oh no, that's not what I meant, or, like, that's not what I intended to happen. But then you're just so worked up that you just gotta, like, leave the situation. And because of that choice to exit the situation and walk away, their families are kind of torn apart. And I feel like that's kind of like a common thread where this family is trying so hard to stay together and love one another, and things just keep happening where they keep getting split apart. So that's Volume 4 recap. I'm really, really excited to see what happens in Volume 5. Are you with me? I'll see you in the next episode. Until then, this has been Joy Luck Coven. My name is Sandy, where we're covering the Saga series. This is Volume 4 recap. I'll see you in Volume 5 recap. Thank you.